Okay, this is our new servo mount. This bolt here goes down through the center there. That's the bolt I was talking about. It will come out the bottom. Comes with nuts pre-attached for our number 6 screws to just hold the servo in place. So it makes mounting much easier, and any repairs that you have to do a lot easier. So we've got a servo. Your kit will come with a servo like this. And when you open it up, it has a bag with a bunch of extra horns on it. This little plastic thing around here is called the horn. And the first thing you need to do to prep your servo is to remove that horn. So we don't use that one. And then get out of this bag this horn, which just straight up and down horn. And then again, we're still kind of prepping our servo. We'll put it on just part way and turn our servo as far clockwise as it'll go, and then remove our horn and put it back on in about the 10 o'clock position. Goes back on, and then we put the horn screw back on. Okay, once the servo's set to that point, then we're ready to mount it into this. So we'll just slide it on there. And then we screw in our 4 number 6 screws. Once we've got our 4 number 6 screws in place, now we can mount the rod for the servo to attach to the jaw. Now that rod comes as just a straight 6-inch piece of piano wire. And we're going to take our needle nose pliers, and pretty much toward the end there, because you don't need a whole lot of space, we're going to do a 90-degree bend like that. And then right where that bend ends, we're going to do another little 90-degree bend. So we end up with something that looks like that. Now that is going to go into the top hole on the servo horn and just hang down right like that. Now we're ready to mount this into the skull. So that wire is going to go down through the groove that we cut, and the screw is going to go into the hole that we drilled. And with that, then we can turn it over and we will attach the nut. And your kit comes with a number 8 nut. And so we'll fasten that onto the back of the bolt. Then we're ready for perhaps the hardest part of this whole thing. Attaching this wire to that point on the jaw. Before we start that though, you notice we still have our springs attached. We want to unscrew those springs and get rid of them. Okay, so I've got the springs all out, the jaw moves freely, and we're ready to make our adjustment. Now, one thing I like to do, again, just to make sure I make sure that that's up at the 10 o'clock position, I look at this and kind of line it up like that with the skull corner. And then once I've got that, so I can make this a little bit tighter. I don't know if you can see there, but I am just at the hole on that. And I'm going to take that and bend it to a 90 degree. And then I use a little pair of cutters and I remove part of that. So we're looking like that at this point. Okay, with that then, you can then put this through to this side and kind of give it a quick test there. Okay, now I just use my fingers and put that through like that. And I can push it down, open it up a little bit, and I kind of squeeze those together there. And then on the back side, I can come through here. Have we seen this? Next side, I can come through here, grab that piece of wire, bend it down like that. So right now, I'm looking like that. Then I'm going to use my pliers, come over the top of that, kind of bend it one more time and then go right at the joint and scrunch it down some more, so we end up looking like that. With that, then I look at it and go, okay, is that closing, if I go all the way, is that closing the jaw all the way? You notice on this one, it's not necessarily. So what I can do, and what we often do, is drill a hole in the side here so we can get to the servo horn screw. So I can go through there, undo the servo horn screw. And this is part of why we started about 10 o'clock on this thing. Now I can loosen that, take it and move it up to closer to 11 o'clock. Now I've got a fully closed jaw. I can move that up and down. Now I can put this back on. Screw the servo horn back in. Okay, and at this point I'm a little loose here. I just didn't take the time to tighten up that screw enough. And also you can grind down a little area around there to make this a little tighter and flatter. But at that point this skull is ready. Everything's done on it except the mounting of the ST400 board. You can also mount an ST300 board on top of this, and you're ready to go.